Good morning. Sun is shining. A few clouds. Not sure how warm it is, but I'm in my shorts, obviously. So why did I give up trucking? Why did I do it? Why did I leave a well-paid job earning me over 50 grand a year? And that's what I was earning. It's no bullshit. That's what I was earning. Why did I do it? Why did I leave? Oh my word. Well, it's very simple, really. It's an accumulation of things, and when you bottle them all together, when you take them individually, you go, it's not really, you know. Well, you're making a bit of a fuss over that. It's a bit of a drama over a molehill. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah. But when you bolt them all together, it just doesn't work. Oh, come on. So, for me, as I'm getting older, I'm starting to realise that the days that I've got left on this earth are few and far between. And that's not over dramatising. It's fact, isn't it? You know, we're all running out of time. Some people run out of time before they even know it, and that could happen to any of us, you know. And I know some of you that are watching, that has happened to your loved ones. You know, you just don't. You think everything's forever. It's not. So for me, I hate wasting time. Always have done. Probably always will do. I just can't bear it. And I think that stems back from childhood when you used to say, oh, I'm bored. I've got nothing to do. And I remember my dad used to say, well, if you're bored, I can find you plenty of things to do. So I used to find, which was like weeding the garden and shit like that, mowing the lawns, digging flower beds. Do you know what I mean? It was like there was always, I could be found jobs. So I found it, I made it a mission then, realised that to never say that I was being bored and never be bored. There's always something you can do. Even if it's peeing down my van, I could read a book, I could listen to some music, I could play music, you know, I could do, there was always something you could do. So I hate wasting time, I hate time being wasted. And I found that one of the things that I disliked about truck driving was the amount of time that was wasted. It was downtime where I couldn't really do anything because you just couldn't really do anything. And you didn't always have the correct mindset. You were thinking, oh, I better catch up on some sleep, I'll get an hour, get half hour's kit. By the time we'd woke up and had a brew, you were back on the road again, you know. It was like getting mucked around at work, you know, wrong addresses. I mean, the job's a pain in the arse at the best of times without giving the wrong address and getting yourself down somewhere that's really tight and horrible. Oh, it's the next road across. Well, why didn't you tell me it's the next road across then? If you knew, why didn't you tell me? Oh, it's not this place, it's that place. It's a different depot. And I'm supposed to know that how? Through telepathy? You know, it's just shit like that used to really, really get on my nerves. Because it was needless. There was an alternative. And the problem could have been solved before it became a problem, only if someone was doing their job properly. So, and as I don't suffer fools gladly, I used to let them know in no uncertain terms what I thought of them and what I was going to do to them when I got back to the yard. And those threats were becoming more and more a reality. And that's no way to carry on, you know. And I knew that was going to end up in trouble. There's a limit to my patience, you know. I can spout off, but there is a limit. And I felt I was getting very close to that limit where I was physically going to hurt somebody. And to get to that stage, you need to nip it in the bud. You shouldn't be put into that position. My mental health was taking a massive nosedive. I just, and it's still not right now, to be totally honest with you. I'm getting better, but it's not. Well, I'm not firing on all 12 cylinders. As far as a V12 engine, I'm a sort of like, I'm firing on. I'm a V8 at the moment, you know. I'm 4 cylinders down. And that coupled together with never being at home, never been able to do anything, not having time to, let alone spend time with the gorgeous Kira, but let alone time for myself. You know, there was no time for me. I used to be a keen cyclist. I used to, you know, get on my bike and cycle 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 miles. 52 miles was the most I ever did in a day, and I did that. I did 50-mile rides on a regular basis, at least once a month. And you know, my nose started, my health, physical health, took a beating that you wouldn't believe. I mean, anybody who's thinking of going into truck driving, just make sure that, find a way of getting some exercise. I was lucky if I walked to the back of the truck and back, you know. That was my exercise in a day. Go around, do the twist locks, open the back doors, box off, box on. That was, do you know what I mean? There was very little exercise, and it nearly killed me. My blood pressure was through the roof. I was pre-diabetic. We're thinking of, well, we are moving. We will be moving shortly, probably next year. It's not going to be this year. It's going to be next year. And we'd already planned that I was going to give up trucking in December. I had 2 weeks holiday coming up, July. This July just gone, and I got to. I went on. I finished. I managed to just crawl to the end of the week. I got back to the yard and I was like, I'm done. I am done. And that weekend was pretty rubbish at home. We were due to go on holiday, and it was all stress and strain, and the thought of I hadn't even been on holiday, and the thought of going back to work was already in my mind. I was dreading it. So, you know, we've always been, myself and the gorgeous Kira, we talk, we share our feelings, and I think that's vitally important to be able to do that. And I'm not the best at getting things across that are going on in my head. I find it difficult, and putting things across is difficult purely simply because I don't understand what's going on in my head myself, let alone trying to explain it to somebody else. It's like, how does that even work? So yeah, that was a challenge. So we come to the conclusion that work was killing me, a slow and painful death. And like I said, I was going to jack it in December anyway, and we looked at it and went, is there a reason we're waiting till December? Are we going to be any better off in December? The honest answer probably would be no. So why are we waiting exactly? So we chatted about it over the weekend a couple of times, and then come to Tuesday we decided. I think by the Sunday we decided. Then Monday we thought, oh well, let's sit on it and let's have a think. Let's not, we're not going to rush into things. Let's sit on it. Tuesday evening, that was the, let's financially and all the rest of it, we knew we could just about manage. And decided to go for it. And I think it's We just, well, no, I'm home every night. We're relaxing together. We're spending more time together. Obviously, the gorgeous Kira's still working, but we're spending more time together. Physically, I'm feeling a million times better. I ache like you've never ached before because I'm using bloody muscles that I haven't used for God knows how many years. You know, I'm giving myself a workout every day, and I'm losing weight, and I'm just feeling so much more. I don't know. Alive is an understatement. It's just with it. I was getting to a stage where I was so tired I didn't know which way was up. You know, I could have been swimming to the bottom of the ocean thinking I was heading in the right direction. You know, it's scary when I look back to see how tired I actually was, how I was able to function like I did. I've got no idea. And it's all sort of, it didn't creep up on me. It was a gradual process, and it was so gradual that I didn't even notice. I just knew I was becoming ill because I went to the doctors 6 months ago and said I'm not right mentally or physically, and the doctor pointed me in the right direction. But that wasn't, you know, going on a few tablets. Yeah, that was the that helped ease the symptoms, but it didn't cure them. What needed to be cured was the removal from the situation I was in, and we finally done that, and as a result of that I feel much better. I don't know. Do I regret it? No, I don't. I don't regret becoming a truck driver in the first place, and I don't regret leaving either. Do I miss it? No, I don't miss it. Don't miss it at all. Did I enjoy it? Yeah. When I first started. Well, no. When I first started, I was so apprehensive. It nearly sent me into a tailspin. Trying to get into places, reversing. Because I was shit at reversing when I started, as is everybody if they're honest. No one's a born reverser, I don't think. Well, there might be, but that's like, you know, that's like saying, you know, you're a born child genius, you know, like fucking Beethoven or Einstein or something like that. Yeah, you might get someone who's a born reverser, but the vast majority of us got to learn by practice. And on container work, you get enough practice, I can tell you. Not like trunking where you just drive into a warehouse, pull your curtains back, and they fork everything off from either side, fork it back on, and away you go. You can spend your whole career never having to reverse it. You know, it's a different kettle of fish altogether, container work. And I don't regret, because it sorted us out and put us into a financial situation where we were more than happy, and it got 2 kids through uni, which anyone who's got kids going through uni knows how expensive that is, both at the same time. And I'll keep an eye on where I'm going in. And it's just different being at home and working for yourself. I've got no one to get on my back. No one gives me any hassle. I make my own plans, go where I need to be, make it happen. I've got to hustle, you know. But I enjoy that, and the money. No, if you were, I mean, I'm lucky that the gorgeous Kira earns a bloody good wage. I don't think if traffic, if this was our only income, I think it would be a real. I don't think we would have to make some serious cutbacks. So In fact, I don't think it would be possible. It's but you got to remember why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm only doing it to make money, which it does. And I've already I'm turning a profit, albeit a very small one. But what small businesses can, within 3 weeks, earn a profit, you know. So we're doing all right. And in 6 months' time, 6 to 8 months' time, I won't be here anyway. So we'll be doing something completely different. Yeah, so this is a bit of a learning experience and an idea as to what we can and cannot do when we get to Scotland, depending on what part of Scotland we're in, or even because we've even looked at houses in Wales now. You know, there's lots of different. There's so many different options. So I gave up trucking really to bring me back onto an even keel. Because the other thing that was worrying, but both of us said, you know, if I was, and knowing what I know now and how unfit, I've noticed a huge difference in myself since I've given up trucking, is that excuse me, is that I was so unfit, it nearly killed me. You know, I could go at my own pace, whereas I'm going to be a much better place when we get to Scotland. I can go full pelt from day one and not have to worry about it hurting or killing me, or because I've gone through that pain. I've gone through it, and every day now I feel much better. My legs are so much stronger. I can walk. It was just lack of exercise. So let that be a lesson to you kids. If you're trucking and you're doing bugger all, it's going to catch up over. You better get out and get yourself out and doing something. I don't know what you do, and I don't know, to be honest, how you do it, because I knew what I had to do. I just couldn't. I was too knackered. So yeah, whole combination of reasons. There's probably more that I've forgotten about, but the be all and end all is that I'm in a much better place, both physically and mentally. Financially, okay, we're down, but you know, one of the things that we both understand is that as long as you've got a roof over your head and you've got food, you're halfway there. You know, and we're more fortunate than most. So yeah. Anyway, I've got to concentrate on where I'm going now, otherwise I'm going to go right and shoot past where I've got to go. So I hope that explains a little bit as to why I decided to give up trucking. And would I do it again? Yes. As in not now. But would I, if I had my time again, would I go and do it? Yes. Would you do things differently? Possibly. I'd like to think I would try. So it's difficult, isn't it? Did I enjoy the experience? Yes, on a whole I did enjoy the experience. Lots of things that aren't right though. The trucking industry is in the dark ages, and it needs to be brought forward kicking and screaming, and there needs to be more of a work-life balance, and something needs to be addressed about the hours that you work. You shouldn't be working 60-70 hours a week duty time. It's not actually working, but actually in that cab. Come on. I don't think I've ever been down here. So anyway, I'm going to bid you farewell for now. This will be a separate video on its own, so I'll speak to you all later on.